Alright, I'm live. Sweet. Sorry for the wait. I guess I should just put up a tweet as well, just make sure everything's okay. Alright. So let's get back into them. By the way, I think I should just well, no one's here yet, so I guess I'll mention that after. Well, it looks like that's one problem solved. They finally reached the point in the relationship where they belong. She could have come to terms with herself sooner, come to an understanding with him. Yo, hey Mosca. She could reel in her ideals before she lost control of them. Yeah, maybe. This Nelly and the other Nelly seem to be the same essence. They both have a somewhat excessive love for their brothers. And that love expressed itself by transforming into a prince. If she could have done the same thing then, as she did here, then maybe their tragedies could have been avoided. The best family relationships in the world, Big Boss. Oh. The absolute worst men. Hey, V. This is before then, though. Since they were able to fix things up in this life, maybe they'll have a positive effect on their next one. This could change the future. They may share the same souls, but they lived in completely different times. Do you really think something like this could have any effect on lives of people hundreds of years now? Once again, that sort of theme of like, environments and making people, There's no way to be certain, of course. But considering how tightly those two seem to be bound, I doubt it will have no effect. Ah, yes, Adam. I was trying to make a joke about Lilith, the apocryphal stories, and soon as she comes out, she's like, whatever. Oh, I can't. I'm bad. I hope it has some effect. Giselle. I was there in the mansion as it all happened. I just stood by and watched. I feel so guilty about that. If I'd done something, then maybe it wouldn't have turned out like that. I hate what I was then. What I was until just recently. From the memories left imprinted through the mansion, I showed you bits and pieces of their lives. And as I told you their tale, the only thing I contributed was disparaging commentary. I don't feel like you were that critical of them. I absolutely was. I talked about them like they were somehow beneath me. Yes, you did occasionally offer an opinion on someone or something you showed me beyond the doors. But the fact that you were mostly detached from their events, there's what allowed me to get a core of their character. If you hadn't been in the position you were, so you could have told me the story the way you did, I would have never been able to talk them into helping. You contributed more than criticism. Your words weren't for nothing, they made this possible. It makes me feel a lot better hearing that from you. And if you still regret your inaction, then make up for it now by taking action here, and have faith that it will bear fruit in their next lives. I will. I wonder if Morgana might have a change of heart too. It's not like Mel wanted to bring her so much pain. He deeply regrets what he did. Maybe she won't bear quite as much resentment for him when she learns that. Yes, I know what you're gonna say. If that was enough to assuage her, she wouldn't have held on to her hatred for all those hundreds of years. Still though, I hope it does something for her, however small. As do I. It's pretty late, So I'm gonna take Nellie back to the cottage. Okay. If you have some secret plan to get the other 2 keys, could you fill me in on it tomorrow? Sure. Also, I could get you another room if you want it. This one isn't the nicest. Ah, no, it's fine. I've come to realize I'm more at home in less comfortable environments. Michelle, am I just imagining that or was that as depressing as it sounded? Also, what a little shit, he gave him a shitty room on purpose. That's not quite what I was going for. Well, anyway, if you're fine with it, suit yourself. Say, I've got one huge lingering question, if you wouldn't mind enlightening me. Yes? Why would you go to such lengths for me? You seem to know Morgana, so I can understand why you'd be fighting for her. But me, I had a part in putting her in that tower. You have every reason to hate me. So why would you want to help me? If this was all it took for me to hate someone, I would curse every last man and woman in the world. I bear no animosity for you. And even if I did, you've committed to take action. That doesn't explain why you're so concerned about us. It almost seemed like you actually cared about me and Ellie. But we're complete strangers, we just met today. Because some part of me couldn't think of you as strangers anymore. That's right, when he came by this afternoon to talk, he didn't feel like a stranger to me either. It was weird, like he'd known me his whole life. So I made him my second brother. Your second brother? You're more than welcome to change the order, Nellie. Make him number 2 and make me number 1. I wish I could join in and be big sister number 1. I'll have to think about it. After all, you might be number 1 material. Whoa. Why is that even up for consideration? I'm just kidding, dearest Mel. I'm still kind of confused, but anyway, I'm glad someone like you showed up. I've actually been praying every night for God to send someone who can get me out of this. I really am useless all on my own, constantly looking for someone to help me, unable to do anything by myself. And trust me, I realize how pathetic that is. You must have had a pretty good life to be able to be so proactive in face of adversity. I bet you had everyone's respect, helped people in need, had plenty of friends who had your back, and weren't tossed out by your family like I was. You must have been incredibly blessed. I'm jealous, really. Even still, trying desperately to justify his own inaction to himself. Sorry, that came out of nowhere, I know. Well, I should be going. See you tomorrow. Good night, Michelle, brother number 2. Good night. Michelle? He wasn't trying to be... Yes, I know. I just thought it was rather funny. I'm not taking a stand because I've been blessed, but because I've got nothing left to lose. I fight for Morgana because I understand what it's like to be tortured day after day, having experienced the loss of my siblings. I didn't want the 2 of them to go through the same thing. If anything, it's those who've lost the most that are most likely to take action. I'm not sure if you realized it or not, Michelle. But you've gotten to be a great deal more expressive since arriving in this era. I can't see your face, but I can hear it in your voice. I can feel it in your presence. So I'm sure it's showing there too, making all sorts of faces I've never seen before. Some of the things you've lost, you seem to be getting back. So you can't say you've got nothing left to lose anymore. Promise me you'll let me see all those new faces for myself someday. I will, I promise. If we can manage to destroy the mansion, that should release you from its darkness and allow us to see each other once again. I trust you. I have faith we can do this. Wait, but with the mansion's destruction, both of our souls should be returned to their rightful places. Which would mean erased from existence. Giselle. What? I just thought I sensed you grimacing. Wow, you felt that. What's the matter? Sorry, I didn't want to bring down the mood. It's just, well, I know this is asking for the moon, but I was thinking it'd be nice if you had a life you could go back to. If I did? Yeah, I mean, here you are, expressed as you've ever been, walking around outside, being around other people, talking to them after all the time at the mansion, and without a life of your own to go back to. I'm sorry. I just, after seeing you behind your door, and learning how cruel and inhumane life was to you, I feel like the world could stand to do something good to make up for it. It's done all the good it needs to. I have someone who cares enough to lament my fate. What more could I ask for? Michelle. Thank you, Giselle. You're not the only one who's asking for the moon either. I wish I could have a life with you as the person I am now. And for that, knowing I have no future, I feel it's worse now than ever before. Alrighty, that's enough moping around for one night. We should start planning for tomorrow. Things are definitely looking up. It only took one day to get Mel on our side, so let's keep it up and win over the other two. I would certainly like to, yes. Where did all the confidence go? The other two won't be nearly as easy to convince as Mel. I'm not even sure if we'll be able to talk them into helping. We do have a pretty good idea who the swordsman's in this for her, though, the nun. So maybe we can get him through her, like we did today with Nellie and Mel. Maybe. Alright then, we'll start by approaching her tomorrow. Sounds like a plan. The Lord, though, I'm not so sure about. Assuming he's from behind the third door. But we didn't run into anyone he was close with today. And in Morgana's telling of the events of the Harvest Festival, she only mentioned 5 people. Let's see, the Lord, the swordsman, Mel, Nellie, and the nun. There's one person unaccounted for. I'm sorry, Mel. If you noticed, that was a complete failure in talking to children. Nellie carried that conversation. We just haven't run into them yet, that's all. If he's the man from the third door, I can't imagine she won't be here too. Who's losing their confidence now? In any event, tomorrow we talk to the nun. I only hope it goes as well as it did today. You got me. You don't have anything to worry about. Or, all things considered, you might not even need me. No, I wouldn't say that. You handled Mel pretty amazingly, though. I'm not gonna lie, my heart was pounding the whole time. I was afraid you were gonna slip up and say something bonehead. But you managed to keep it together, and I didn't have to come to the rescue. I can make a book out of quotes out of your performance today. Oh, for the love of God, please don't. So I'm not concerned at all. Say whatever you think is right, the right thing to say. I'm more than happy to sit back and watch. The more you pile on the expectations, the more afraid it makes me that I'm going to trip up. Besides, I don't think I could have done any of that without you. Why not? Well, my life was hardly as pride-worthy as Mel seemed to think, so I didn't really feel like I had the right to talk to him like that. But knowing you were there, urging me on, was what allowed me to act without hesitation. So, thank you. No thanks necessary, but if you say so, then you're more than welcome. I'm glad I could be of assistance with just a little. That you were. Now, let's keep up this momentum up tomorrow. It's getting a bit late though, so you should probably get some sleep. What's that? I kinda don't want to sleep. Why not? For somewhat childish reasons. Are you sad you won't be able to hear my voice? Are you lonely, you poor, poor dear? I am. But that's the last thing I expected you to admit to. Okay, well, do you want to stay up and talk for a little longer then? Not too long, though. You need rest up for tomorrow. And who knows, maybe he'll show up in your dreams if you wish hard enough. So is it avarice for me to yearn for more, knowing I've already been granted such a great bounty? I want to see her face as much as she wants to see mine. She's infinitely more expressive than me, and I want a good long look at all those many expressions up close. I want more than to hear her voice. I want her whole body. I want to feel her warmth. In this era, I have all 5 of my senses in full working order, as I did when I was alive. Giselle, though, she doesn't. She remains dead. As lively as she may be now, that's the one thing she did not get back. I truly wish she could have been here too. She would have certainly found more joy in her renewed life than me. And she certainly belongs under the sun far more than I did. But she, rather than me, was the one left behind in the realm of darkness. A fact that frustrates me immensely. Even now, he can't help me like someone else deserves this more than me. In life, I would have been considered a remark about seeing her in my dreams silly and saccharine. But now, I very much hope it happens. Two days until her death. Wake up. Come on. Wake up, please. Come on, up with you. Oh, thank goodness. You were out so good I was scared you might be dead for a minute. Good morning, how are you feeling? What? Why are you looking at me like it kicked your cat? It's incredible just how much more pleasant it is to be woken up by a woman than a boy. That's the thanks I get for you waking up? Or did I interrupt a nice dream? I did, didn't I? It was a dirty dream too, I bet. You definitely seem like a mind in the gutter kind of guy. I will murder you. Whoa, let's not be hasty now. You said you were going to help me out. That doesn't sound very helpful. And the worst part is how similar his wake-up call was to Giselle's. I'm just kidding. And you know, I can get up on my own. Fair enough, I guess. Though, put yourself in my shoes for a sec. I came in, and you were still a corpse. It startled me enough I took your pulse. You touched me while I was sleeping. It was faint, but it was there. That's wonderful news. They're handing out breakfast in the dining hall. You can go get a plate of yourself if you want. It's just some bread and wine, though. Dining hall. There's quite the crowd. All the people here helping with the festival prep, so you should probably hurry if you want some. Hold on, I need a minute. My mind's still waking up. First off, I thought you said the church wasn't offering boarding at the moment, so why a dining hall? Right, it's not, but they still do offer breakfast. For free, of course. I see. Now, what do you mean by festival prep? As I mentioned yesterday, the Heart of the Harvest Festival is here at the church, but it's a citywide event. There's all sorts of supplies that need to be purchased, decorations made and put up, that sort of thing. So we got volunteers from the city here to help. I see. I believe today's the day they're supposed to be putting up decorations outside the chapel, so the courtyard should be a bustle. The courtyard? Yes, less court, more yard, really. We passed through it on the way here yesterday. Alright, I think I know what you're referring to. So, as long as I'm here, I don't have much choice but to help with prep. I'd honestly rather set Morgana free right now. But the other two are bound to find out if either of us do anything too conspicuous. So for now, I should stick to my routine, at least where people can see me. That would be the smart thing to do. Yeah. Anyway, let me know what you're planning to do on doing anything. If there's anything I can do to help, I will. I'll let you know. Okay, well, I should get going. See you later, I guess. Mel, do you know where I could find the nun? Her, she should be in the dining hall. Thank you. And the other two men? The Lord and his bodyguard? They're around early mornings and nights. They're only around early mornings and nights, so I doubt either of them are here right now. Why only then? That's when we go up into the tower. Though even if they were out on the property, you wouldn't be able to just walk up and talk to them. Especially not the Lord. Also, don't keep track of where they go or what they do. Sorry. I don't really want to know what they're up to. So I've kept my distance. Understandable. Thank you anyway. See you later. He's holding it together fairly well, all things considered. Finally resolving to do something while Morgana took a big weight off his shoulders, I guess. Oh, Giselle. Good morning, Michelle. Morning. It's a bit soon to be feeling relieved, I think. There's still work to be done before Mel can face Morgana. The first step is still a big one, though. Nice for him. I suppose. Anyway, it sounds like the Lord's going to be difficult to make contact with, which is what I was afraid of. Our only opportunities are when he's here to feed Morgana. Mel did say he didn't keep close tabs on the two of them, so there might be more than just that. First priority is getting you fed, though. So off to the dining hall we go. Out of curiosity, did you sleep at all? I haven't been sleeping once since I became the maid. But I'm used to it, so don't worry about me. You said you see what I'm seeing there in the darkness, didn't you? That's what it looks like, at least. Which means when my eyes are closed, she has no light at all. Maybe I shouldn't have gone to sleep after all. I know what you're thinking, Michelle. And no, you're wrong. You need your sleep. You won't have the energy to do anything if you don't keep yourself well rested and nourished. You're right. We should get going. To the dining hall. I make my way through the halls to the room with the fireplace. The area I used as a living room, the area currently serving as a dining hall. Sitting in the center of the room is a long table lined with bread and wine. Standing beneath the table and handing out food to the long line of people is the nun. This being a church, no one is speaking especially loudly, but there's still an indistinct buzz hanging around in the air as dozens of people whisper back and forth. The majority of the people in the room look poor, like they genuinely need assistance, but there are a handful of those who look more than well off. That's a lot more people than I was expecting. They don't turn anyone away. Which I recall from Morgana's account nearly drained the church of everything it had once. They don't seem to be want for supplies at the moment, though. I assume that's thanks to the Lord's patronage. Most likely, yes. In any event, I doubt we're getting anywhere near her in the morning. She looks like she's got her hands full. That doesn't change the fact that we need to speak with her. I'm going to try and squeeze past the crowd. Michelle, wait a sec. Hey now, no cutting in line, young man. We've been waiting since dawn. Please let me through. I have business with the nun. I ain't letting you through just because you told me to. This is important business. No more important than any of our business. Our lives depend on this food. So get your tail to the back of the line. Here we go. What seems to be the trouble? Could I take a moment of your time? I need to speak with you. Well, as you can see, I'm a bit occupied. I won't take much of your time, I promise. But it's very important you... Give it a rest already, young man. Can't you see she ain't interested? Give me a hand getting this guy out of here, fellas. What? Wait. Just don't get rough, okay? Of course, Sir Sanctus. Pick it up, young man. You need some time outside to cool off. Stop, watch the hair. And Michelle has been grounded. That went extraordinarily well. You know, Michelle, sometimes I can't decide whether you're calculated or reckless. Now I realize I never got that bread. We should wait and try to talk to the nun when she's not so busy. She has to have some free time during the day. You're right. What do you say we take a look around the mansion while we're waiting? Who knows, maybe we'll run into someone else. Alright. Don't let it get to you. As Mallet said it would be, the mansion was packed compared to yesterday, and most everyone I saw appeared to be excited for the upcoming Harvest Festival. A number of them even greeted me as we passed in the halls. They were so nonchalant about it, I wasn't quite sure how to react. I was amazed that anyone, let alone multiple people, would treat me so normally, considering how far from normal I am. There were a few surprised looks, of course, but no one called me a demon or an angel, based solely on my appearance. Perhaps they were just used to seeing people of all different colors around the city, so they had an easier time accepting the way I looked. No matter what the reason, though, it was quite nice being treated normal. After meandering through the mansion for a while, I make my way to the chapel. So I head around to the back side of the podium, where the stained glass windows tower over me. It's the same as I remember. I always loved this window. It makes me feel like I got an angel watching over me. Had I been given a different name, maybe I would feel the same. That said, I don't dislike it as much as I used to. I'm glad to hear it. Off to the side, at the very back of the room, is the door leading to the observation tower. It's changed shut, though. That's no surprise. The lock's the same one I saw back in the mansion. But the chains are just regular chains. They're not glowing with that awful black light. They're simply dull and gray. If only I had an axe, then we could just chop the door right now. I don't think an axe would help. It would maybe, but this is metal, and rather heavy at that. You never know, hit enough and anything will break eventually. We'd be in chains ourselves long before we made it through this door. What are you doing here? It's him. I was under the impression you and the Lord were only around mornings and nights. And, why would you know that? Oops. Who are you? He's getting suspicious, Michelle. I'll take care of it. I'm a friend of Mel's. A friend of his? Does that surprise you? Never once have I seen a friend of his before. He has plenty of friends, I'm sure. No one's had an opportunity to pay him a visit, that's all. Never mind the boy's social dealings. Was he the one who told you my schedule? That I work for the Lord? Gotta be careful about what I say here, or he's gonna start to get suspicious enough. I asked him. Asked him what? I heard some talk around town saying the Lord was seen coming in and out of this estate on more than one occasion. Naturally, that caught my attention. A lowly peasant like myself almost never has the opportunity to cross paths with the Lord. So hearing he was a regular visitor here, I was hoping to have the honor of catching a glance at him. When I asked Mel about the Lord, he mentioned he had a bodyguard, which got me wondering, what kind of person would someone so distinguished entrust his life to? Dig around too much and you're liable to end up in the ground yourself. So he told you I was the Lord's bodyguard. Was he not supposed to for some reason? No, it's true I am his bodyguard. The question is, how did you know it was me? It wasn't difficult, you do rather stand out from the crowd. From Mel's description, I was able to recognize you almost immediately. If our roles were reversed, you would have similarly little trouble identifying me from my short description. The only thing distinct about me is my race. Where do you come from, if I may ask? Beyond the Silk Road. From the east, then. What country? Is that any of your concern? No, I'm just curious. Why is your hair white? Why are your eyes red? They're naturally that color. Is that so? Nature can be quite the ball and chain. Is it just me, or does that sound like he's sympathizing with you? It's hard to say. Honestly, I'm still having trouble reading him. Either way, it sounds like he bought your explanation. So it does, which is a relief. Now, what business do you have with this door? The door was not my objective. I came to look at the stained glass window. I happened to notice the door with an unusual lock on the side, so I got curious and went to look it up close. The area behind the pulpit's off limits. I was unaware. Maybe I'll have to put ropes up then. Why is it off limits though? Is that any of your concern? No, but the way you're talking about it has piqued my curiosity. Do you not know when to keep your nose out of places it doesn't belong? Get out of here. And don't come back. As you wish. Hold on. Yes? Your name. Michelle. Michelle, almost the same as the Archangel here. That'd be because I was named after him. I see. What an unfortunate name. I despise angels. Who says the phrase, I despise angels, in the middle of conversation? May I ask, what yours is? I have no name. You don't have... What do you... No, never mind. Farewell. Oh, wow, that was scary. He does not want anyone getting near that door, huh? I thought he was going to pull a sword on you. Huge blasphemy. Gigantic blasphemy going on. I wonder would I die if he tried to kill me? There aren't many people who could get away from a blade like that. Especially in his hands, unharmed. You're probably right. Having already died once, the idea of doing so again feels wrong somehow. You managed to talk him down, though. I'm surprised. You're quite the accomplished liar, Michelle. Is that so? It's hard to believe that was the same awkward starting Michelle I know and love. Am I really that much of a public fool normally? I wonder what he was doing back there, though. It's well past dawn. Standing, watching, presumably. With as many people as there roaming about, he's probably worried about people like me getting near the door. And that he plans on spending much time anywhere else until the festival's over. And with that door, with him on guard, we got pretty much no access to the door. I sure hope we can talk him over to our side. Mel was never an enthusiastic accomplice. His guilt is what allowed us to win him over, and get him to confess everything. On the other hand, he's not so likely to be so forthcoming. It all depends on how deep his ties to Lana are. Presumably she's the reason he's involved. That said, we managed to communicate well enough. Are you still sore that I called you awkward? No, I don't mean me. I mean him. Oh. He was far from rational and coherent when he was living with you in the mansion. You're right, he does seem like a completely different person here. Losing his memories in the shipwreck was probably what triggered his transformation into the beast. So I guess this must be what he was like before that. What he carries inside him is no different now than it was then. He's simply able to hold himself in equilibrium now. He's keeping a balance between his rational human side and his violent beast side. He does somewhat remind me of Bestia during his short period of calm. That or the glimpse we got of him on the ship while he was still a merchant. I would say that's probably closer to the man here now. The ship. You were the one who showed me the memory. What? I have no recollection of that. Oh yeah, you also mentioned seeing another woman's memories behind the second door, didn't you? From outside the mansion. You didn't see them as well? All I'm aware of is what took place within the mansion as well as whatever Morgana felt like telling me. Resonation. What? Nothing. Morgana mentioned something about me resonating. I don't know why I would be capable of such a thing, but because of what it allowed me to see. It's all but impossible for me to ignore the plight of these people. Anyway, the point is, however rational he may appear, we mustn't forget that this is not the whole picture. He's as much as a killer in this life as he was in his next. He's a man of many faces. The gentleman he was around his lover, the brutal, merciless man he was on the ship, and the beast that lurks beneath it all. Everyone acts differently depending on who they're around. But there's something unsettling about how he does it. I do wonder what he meant when he said he had no name. As I recall, he was from somewhere far, far away in the second door. And he looks Asian here too. So maybe he's from the same country? He said he crossed the Silk Road, so the eastern end of the continent, presumably. I wonder if he has the same name or not. It was an unusual name. Oh, what was it? Ukulele. No, that wasn't it. I propose we start calling Yukimasa ukulele now, because that's a very funny image in my head. It was... God damn it, Michelle. Eucalyptus, I believe. I get a feeling we're both wrong, and that I'm farther off than him. It's not the kind of name we're used to hearing or saying. Hopefully we'll be able to get it out of him. Hopefully. But for the time being, we should go look for the nun. I imagine she doesn't have her hands quite as full by now. Probably not. To the courtyard we go then. Wow, the crowd just keeps on growing. Are they all helping with the decoration? Preparation for the festival is in full force. Ah, I found the nun. She's over there. She's got a bunch of people around her, though. Ah, what should we do? I'll force my way through. How about plan B this time? Ukulele, Dutch in the sea, bestia in the sheets. Mosca, you, thank you. You truly have blessed the chat. Michelle. Are you alright, Michelle? You went down pretty hard. Oh, you're such a weakling, dearest Michelle. I don't weigh that much. Not enough to knock you over jumping on your back. You gave me no time to brace myself. Pish posh, my Mel would have had no problem catching me. And then he would have spun me around like a princess at a ball. Unreasonable doesn't even begin to describe your expectations. Are you sure you should be running around like that? I thought you were in rather poor health. Amazingly, I'm actually feeling pretty good, and I haven't even had any medicine today. Maybe because I cleared things up with Mel yesterday. My massive chat brain sucks all the power out of my body, child. I cried my eyes out last night, but I feel better now. I'm glad to hear it. They do say health is as much mental as it is physical. So you might keep getting better if you stay positive. Just don't push yourself. Why, thank you for your concern, my dearest Michelle. She's taken quite a liking to you. How do you like it? It's nice, isn't it? I'm more not sure how to react. Just go along with it, you know you want to. I wish I could be there too. I want to pat that sweet little head of hers. What do you think she is, a cat? Now that she's opened though, I will admit she is rather sweet. Oh, there you are, Nelly. Don't run off like that, you scared me. It's not my fault you lost sight of me, dearest Mel. I'll try to keep a better eye on you. So you came to check out the courtyard, Michelle? You know, you really stand out from the crowd. You're so pale I could tell it was you from way off in the distance. I'm well aware of how conspicuous I am, but everyone's acting so unconcerned, it's honestly kinda disconcerting. Can't say people don't think you look unusual, but no one's afraid of you or anything. It's not easy looking different from everyone else, is it? It comes with its disadvantages, yes. And she would have had to deal with the same thing. That's another thing I regret. I wish I could have treated her more like a regular person. I guess I just wasn't mature enough to accept her. You spent much of your life in a very sheltered environment. It's only human that you would have difficulty accepting something that didn't fit in with your view of the world. That doesn't make you a bad person. Regardless, you did treat her like a regular person. That's the reason she accepted your invitation to go on walks. I guess. Question, you know what she looks like, right? I do. What did you think the first time you saw her? I know that's not the most tactful question, but I thought nothing of it. I simply saw her as a person, as a girl. I see. Well, what do you know? It looks like I am a bad guy. And you're a right saint. No, I've simply seen much worse. You know, you kind of remind me of her. I do? I mean, you're much more personable than her, but... Oh, what's the word? It's just the way you look. It's not just the way you look, but there's something a little different than everyone else about you. Like an aura or something. I'm not sure. Oh, sorry if I'm offended you. I wasn't trying to insult you or anything. But I mean, like yesterday, you were talking like a prophet. I'm almost beginning to think that maybe you really did see a vision from God. Enough with all the grown-up talk already. You lost me ages ago. Yeah, sorry. Makes me think of the Greek letter sigma. the Chad Sigma Michelle and the Virgin Mel. I need someone to make a shitpost. I should make a shitpost. Who cares if Michelle's a saint or a prophet or the archangel himself? Michelle's my second brother. Besides, he doesn't look all that weird to me. The saint is probably just an ordinary girl too. I'm big enough now that I won't think badly of her no matter what she looks like. You are, yeah. And when she's free and feeling better again, maybe we can get together and bake something. That'd be lots of fun. She'll forgive you, I'm sure. You know, maybe we shouldn't be talking about this so loudly. We wouldn't want anyone to overhear us. Oh, right, sorry. Everyone's so busy prepping for the festival, I'm sure we're fine. Better safe than sorry, though. As you say, dear Smell. So, Michelle, are you here to help with the prep? No, I was hoping I could find some time to talk with the nun. With all the people coming and going, she's going to have her hands full until the festival starts. Well, that's unfortunate. Is it that important to you to talk to her with her? She may be able to give us information that could assist in acquiring the second key. The second key? You're not saying she's involved too, are you? By my estimation, she doesn't know anything. She is, however, very much connected to the swordsman. Much like you acted to help your sister, I believe the nun is the driving force. Is. Are you serious? I find that hard to believe. I mean, she's such a loving, charitable woman. And he's a savage brute. A murderer. It has to be her, though. Have you ever seen the two of them acting particularly close? Never. She's kind to everyone. I've seen them talking once or twice, sure. But she wasn't acting any differently than she does around anyone else. It certainly didn't seem like they had anything going on. Maybe they're hiding it. Surely there's something between them. I would certainly presume so. Nuns aren't allowed to be romantically involved, so they could be having secret trysts. A forbidden romance. How exciting. So you need to talk with her then, Michelle. Leave it to me. You can do it? Well, right now she's showing people how to make the decorations. Weaving straw into crowns and flowers and other things. I know how to make them too, so I can take her place teaching for a little. I appreciate it, but if anyone should be offering to help, it's me. There's a bunch of them already done, like over there, hanging off the tree branches. Can you make those? They're very intricately designed. You'd have to be really good at weaving to make those, let alone teach other people how. You should take up her offer. You're right. Your assistance will be greatly appreciated. You got it. I'll let her know you want to talk, so hold just tight. And you, dear Smell, are coming with me. You can help make decorations. I'm no good at this stuff, though. Nope, I said you're coming, and that's all there is to it. With me as your teacher, you'll be a pro in no time. Yeah, alright, you win. Let's go. Nellie seems to be in good shape. It doesn't look like last night caused any problems with them. I'm relieved. Hopefully they can continue down this path. They'll be fine, I'm sure. I pray that they will be. Now we should have a little time before the night is available to talk, so I'd really like to find some shade. It's pretty bright outside today. I thought you could see through my eyes. Yeah, I can, yes, I can see what's going on. Just not as clearly as you, not enough to tell how strong the sun is, for example. I see. Are you alright? I'm fine. I say, but the backs of my eyes are starting to hurt. 2 days now with hardly a cloud in sight. Ah, there you are. I hope I didn't keep you waiting too long. No worries. I apologize for putting you away from your duties at such a busy time. After that little surprise this morning, I figured you must really have something you want to say. I do, something very important. And if possible, I'd like to discuss it with you somewhere more private. Let me guess, you're going to propose to me? Now you should know better than that. I'm a servant of God the Father. He's the only companion I'm permitted to have. I know, I just want to... I know, I'm kidding. I just wanted to tease you a bit. I can't be away for very long, though, alright? I will do my best to keep it short. Okay, let's head inside and find a room, then. May I ask you something, Giselle? Well, yes, what is it? Is there something about me that makes people want to tease me? No, not at all. What would ever give you that idea? If you say so. Alright, you have my undivided attention. Make yourself comfortable and speak when you're ready. I'm here to help those in need. My ears are at your service. The good, the bad, the ugly, tell me anything and everything. You're a nun, you should probably be a little more particular with your conversation topics. What's wrong? Nothing. I actually want to talk about you rather than myself. About me. You or the people you associate with, I suppose. Are you acquaintances with that Asian swordsman? The Lord's bodyguard? I mean, I know of him, but I can't say I know terribly much about him. What? Okay, I'm just realizing my settings are showing off the Steam interface, so give me 1 second. Yeah, so just so we don't get other people's information being put out there, because that. Oh wow, I'm bad at this. Michelle has a very kick me sign etched into his very soul. Yeah, yeah. He takes everything so seriously. He's kind of a bit uptight. Just extremely teasable. Also, the kick me sign feels really fucked up, and what I just said, mentioning considering what Emma did to Michelle, that's a little much. Did someone tell you we were? No, that was just the feeling I had. Remember, I'm a nun. Whatever you think you saw, you were probably imagining. I'm not allowed to give any man special treatment, let alone be intimate with one. There's something between you, though. What do you mean, something between us? Maybe you should try telling her what we know about him here. His primary motivation is to keep her church running, after all. Is he not here to keep the church, your church, in operation? Is he what? Did he tell you he was? He did. Oh, really? That's quite surprising. I hardly ever see him talking to anyone. Are you friends with him? Perhaps acquaintances would be better words. Ah, well, he seems to be a nice enough fellow. Are you really not close with him at all? No, but if he told you he was trying to protect this church, it would have to be out of a sense of gratitude, nothing more. Gratitude for? A while back, he was in a pretty bad place in life, and I gave him some food. This was when I wasn't all the way out here, but at a church in the city. There were other nuns there too, as I recall. Right, we also served as an orphanage, so it was us and a ton of children. I've since fallen out of touch with them, though. But as servants of God, it's our responsibility to offer assistance to those in need. Which is exactly what I did for him. No special treatment, I just did the right thing. So whatever you think you saw between us, there's nothing there. You're Pauline, though, aren't you? No, my name is Marie. Marie? How can that be? How can she not be her? Marie, that sounds a lot like a name we heard behind the third door. But I don't think they're the same person. I concur. There's no guarantee everyone's name has to be the same. Mel's and Ellie's were, which just made us think they all would be. That's true. And on the subject of assumptions, it's possible her connection to the swordsman is also a flawed one. Because again, all we have to go on is Mel and Ellie. Although in Morgana's story, I'm pretty sure he said something along the lines doing what he did to keep the church, her church, running. Was he not referring to this woman? I should get back down to the courtyard then. Nellie won't be able to handle everything on her own. It would be great if you could help us with the preparations too. 1 second. There's absolutely nothing going on between you. Why can't you just accept the answer I've given you? I don't like being so blunt, but you're really overstepping your bounds. I said there's nothing. There is nothing. What do I say? If she leaves now, it won't be easy getting another chance to talk to her. Will I be able to get him to tell me his story without having her on my side, though? Will I be able to get his key? Maybe you could try talking to him with Mel there. The two of you could convince him to give up his key. When I encountered his shadow in the mansion, he told me that if he mentioned the key to him in the past, he would have cut my head from my shoulders on the spot. Then should we try to find the Lord first, then, instead? I think I'll try to shake her up. Take a leap of faith on there being something between them. Happy now? I should really get going. Hold on, just one last thing. Yes? Would it be possible for you to grant me access to the observation tower? The tower, why? Because the Lord and his bodyguard are keeping someone imprisoned at the top of it. What? They've locked up a girl with miracle blood. It's not very appropriate to joke about things like that. I am not joking. The medicine you're handing out, that's real human blood. What proof do you have? I have someone else who can corroborate my story. And what proof do you have that they're telling the truth? When you hear what he has to say, you'll know. But the greatest proof is this key. Sorry, but there's no way I can believe someone's being imprisoned here. Your claims are an affront not only to the good people who give their time, money, and hard work for the church, but to God himself. Open the door and you can see for yourself. I can't, I don't have the keys. And does that not seem the slightest bit unusual to you? Does it not make you think they may be hiding something? No, because I know what's being kept in the tower. You know? The observation tower is the Lord's personal property. He stores his money and valuables there because a church is less likely to be broken into than his manor. His money. Even thieves fear God. So you can understand why he would want to keep his property here. Does that actually make sense, then? If he's so afraid of thieves, surely he can afford to hire more guards. He doesn't like keeping guards around. Why not? Haven't you heard? There have been several failed assassination attempts. The Lord is not a bad man. He can just be rather aggressive in his work, which has a tendency to make a man enemies, some of whom want to see him dead, and keeping his wealth at hand only increases the risk. Now are you satisfied? Insist all you like, but he's not keeping money in the tower. He's gotta... Are you after the Lord's wealth? Is that what this is about? What? Again, I don't like being so blunt, but who do you think I'm more likely to believe? The Lord, who has been supporting me in this church, or you who showed up out of nowhere demanding me to open the door? The Lord did nothing wrong. Hey, it is the Middle Ages. Divine right. He rules by divine right. It's that is how that works. Actually, factually infallible. I'm telling the truth, there's a dying girl in that tower. I'm sorry, and I don't want to do this, but if you keep this up, I'm going to have to call the guards. I really must be going now. The swordsman, he helped imprison the girl in the tower so he could get the money necessary to keep your church up and running. With your help, we could stop this. Mosca, if he was right so often, then why is he dead? Take some time to cool off. Would have killed her to be a little more open-minded. I really hope she considers the possibility we're telling the truth even just a little bit. She's so defensive because she trusts the Lord that much. Or is her trust in the swordsman? Or maybe it's simply because she doesn't trust me. I think I'll head back to the courtyard. I need some time to consider our next move. That's a good idea. There might be something Mel and Nellie can do to help too. Perhaps. With the nun denying any involvement with the swordsman, and him being so inscrutable, I find myself at a complete loss as to how to go about crossing the wall standing in the way of getting the truth out of him. My mind brings me back to the events of the second door, the most savage of the three tragedies. The things he did then were undeniably inhuman, which makes me wonder if his perspective on these events would have any influence on Morgana's perspective of him. And if at all, a positive influence seems less likely. Was he a man or was he a beast? If nothing else, he wanted to be human in the beginning. What was it that he truly desired? If he hadn't been under Morgana's curse, would he have wanted to be the same killer he was? Blinding sunlight drags me from my thoughts. A radiance brighter, more intensive than any I've been under today. Or rather, it's probably more my mind interpreting it that way because my eyes can't handle anymore. In a matter of moments, all I can see is white. Michelle, are you alright? I feel a sharp pain like someone yanking at the back of my eyes. I'm fine. I just need some shade. Giselle's voice fades away. From somewhere I think I can hear her calling my name, but instead of sound, all that reaches me is more pain. Then the world starts tilting towards me. No, not the world. It's me who's falling. I'm not at the mansion? Where am I? You're awake. Morgana, what are you doing here? Does my appearance disturb you? That is to be expected, I suppose. I'm hardly what you would call attractive, after all. Morgana. How do you know my name? How do I know your name? I came to save you. Where is this? Aren't you in the... Huh? What just happened? I tried to say observation tower, and my voice completely disappeared. Oh, where is this? I'm not sure how you couldn't know. This is the widow's cottage by the lake. I found you unconscious outside my door, so I presumed you came here in the search of my herbal medication. Unconscious, outside her door. Your arm. What? This is before she lost her arm. Does that mean I've traveled even further into the past? Or could this be? You must get yourself far away from this place, Morgana. Better yet, escape to another country entirely. Where did that come from? I have no means of survival if I leave. In that case, beware of the two men who will come to visit you. You must not open the door for them. What do you mean? They're a boy-haired boy and a... Why do I lose my voice for all the most important details? Is this really the cottage by the lake? Take a look out the window and see for yourself. There's nothing there. Nothing outside the window. No, that's not exactly right. A reddish-black fog churns beyond the window. A pretty lake, is it not? Not that I have any place talking about beauty. Now I understand. This isn't the real world. Is it your world then, Morgana? Or is it a world within our dreams? May I ask who you are? I once spent much time at your side. This is also very strange. It was always you who was talking to me, and now you don't even know my name. Shall we talk for a bit, Morgana? If you're going to try to convince me to leave, I won't have it. And please watch what you say. There's something very unsettling about your choice of words. As you wish. In that case, let's talk about ourselves. For so long I fought to fend off the things you said. Not because I had any particular dislike for you. But because I was afraid of how entrancing the sound of your voice was. I empathized with the feelings seething through your words, and that understanding almost allowed them to consume me. There was a mysterious magnetism in your voice, and as emotionally unstable as I was at the time, I couldn't possibly have withstood giving into it. You're saying my voice is unpleasant? Not at all. It was beautiful. Frighteningly so. I want to try again. I want you to tell me about yourself. The things you see and feel. I will not be telling you or anyone else anything about myself. Because they would have to be inhuman to empathize with you. In that case, we can start with me instead. Honestly, I don't want to talk about myself either. But because it makes me feel pitiful, worthless. It's a story I'd rather pretend never happened. And it's not a story I can just tell anyone. But you can tell me. Indeed. I was born into this world female. What? From a young age, being a girl felt somehow wrong. And as I grew older, my body developed like a boy's. Not entirely, though. My body is incomplete. I'm missing one thing every man is supposed to have. The change drove my mother to madness, and she hid me away. For I was unfit to be in the presence of others. That was when I was 14 years old. And that marked the end of any semblance of normalcy in my life. Morgana, you once told me that our fates were decided before birth, both yours and mine alike. I spent my whole life rejecting that notion, insisting that I was a normal person, fighting to prove I was indeed male. But now that's all over, I think you were right. My fate was always set in stone. And perhaps if I'd stopped trying to fight it, if I'd shut up and accepted it, I could have lived a longer life. I could have not left Giselle behind. Do you regret your choice? No, I do not. No matter what could have been, I had to hold my ground. I had to keep shouting. Because if I hadn't, it would have rendered my very existence meaningless. No matter what misfortune that decision may have brought, I must not regret it. Everyone has some principle, some belief, some fundamental aspect of themselves they must always stand in unwavering support of. Or perhaps must not lose sight of would be a better way to put it. For if we do, we lose sight of ourselves. For most people, these beliefs have probably been internalized so deeply, they aren't even aware they hold them. But what we carry inside us is unique. Difficult for other people to understand, to accept, forcing us to walk a path of solitude and persecution. I believe you generally do have miraculous powers. And who's knows, maybe your blood is special too, but I think your real power lies in your voice, in its ability to chant anyone who hears it. But it was something you were born with, not something you asked for. Was it not? I'm a saint and the daughter of God. That is the lot I was given, and that is the path I must walk. If I stray from that path or stop walking, I will no longer be myself. It would make me worthless. We mustn't lament the solitude we were dealt. Maybe not, but I think that if either of us had someone, even one person who accepted us, it would cause us to see the world in a much different light. I know you had people like that, who treated you like a regular girl. But they're gone now. Have you never leaned on their memory? It comes back to me from time to time. But even then, they were different from me. They were so full of kindness, so very human. And while they taught me to experience their joy, not even they could challenge what I ultimately am. I left my humanity behind far too early in my life. And what about you? Do you have anyone special? I do. And do they treat you like a normal person? She does. However, you still know that you're different, that you can't fit in with everyone else, that you're abnormal. You do, don't you? I'm very conscious of that fact, that on a fundamental level, I'm still grey. And that so long as I am who I am, that will always be so. Nevertheless, her acceptance allowed me to step onto the path she walked. A path wide enough even for me, despite my abnormality. You are, I expect, only half right about that. You're a man capable of making compromises, with a spirit strong enough to try to walk the path of humanity, while still being an outsider too. I could never do that. Someone could be standing there, some ordinary but incredibly kind and accepting person, holding their hand out for me, and I don't think I could take it, because I know that if I do, it will only bring more pain. So if I'm to take anyone's hand, it must be someone inhuman, someone fundamentally abnormal, and not just mentally or emotionally, but on a deeper level, intrinsically different. Morgana, maybe you could do it. Maybe you could understand even the tiniest bit of my faith. You could do that, couldn't you? Then do it. Understand me. Empathize with me. Take some of this weight off my back. Morgana, I have every intention of doing anything I can. But you have to understand, I'm not from this time, Morgana. I cannot promise you I will be around much longer. So instead, take as much time as you need to find someone who will accept you. And with them, slowly bring yourself back onto the path of humanity. It will not be easy, I know. Constant fear of the looks people give you, dreading the things they think and feel about you. Terrified by the thought they might abandon you at any moment. The ever-present anxiety about whether you're able to fit in with them. But I know you can do it. I know you can bring yourself back to the place you can love. Like what you had 4 years ago. You really are. Michelle, you may think about talking to my past self can change something, but you're so sorely mistaken. Nothing of the girl you see there remains. Poke and prod at the past all you like. It won't change anything, my dear. It's all too far gone to have any effect. Michelle, are you there? Are you all right? Get up, Michelle, please. Oh, thank goodness you're awake. Did I pass out? Ah, you're awake. Are you okay? Did you hit your head? Nellie, you gave everyone a big scare, dearest Michelle. All of a sudden, you were just on the ground. Were you feeling unwell? No, I just have natural sensitivity to light. I apologize for any concern I caused you. Sorry for worrying you too, Giselle. And for that rather shameful display. No need to apologize. Like you said, you're sensitive to sunlight. I'm just glad you're alright, Michelle. If anything, I should be the one to apologize for putting so much pressure on you. I had no idea it was so bright out. As long as you're not sick or anything. So you're feeling better now? My head still hurts a little, but yes, I'm fine. What time is it? Almost supper time. Which means I better get back to the cottage. Was I really out that long? At least you woke up before supper. I should get going though. See you tomorrow, Michelle. Good night, Nellie. Tomorrow is the day before Morgana's supposed to die. Our time is limited enough as it is. That said, Giselle, I saw Morgana. What do you mean? How? I don't know if it was in the world of her creation or simply a dream. But in it I spoke with Morgana when she was still alive. What was she like? Not like the Morgana we know now. Not someone who seems to feed off hatred. So she really was a saint in life like Mel described her. though I got the impression of being a saint was more like a chain around her ankle, the only way she was able to derive meaning from her life. Not to mention the utter sense of solitude brought about by the knowledge that no one like her would ever come into her life. Do you think she wanted to break free from the chains then? Even if she were able to, she would never be able to return to anything resembling normal. Much like I will never have a normal body. Although it's very interesting, this interplay between this thing they desire and the shields they're using to protect themselves, and Yukimasa as well and his desires. It's all interconnected. Even Giselle's putting up a front of the maid. It's all interwoven so well at this point, and it's so good. Oh, you're awake. That's good. What, you came to check up on me? Don't act so surprised. I'm plenty capable of showing concern for others. That said, no, that's not why I'm here. He looks pale. I know you're not feeling well, but if you're up to it, would you mind joining me for supper? I don't know why you'd make such a big deal about asking me to. He's the one asking. I think he's getting suspicious. I see. I apologize for not handling my encounter with him better. Don't be. If he was sure I was playing him, I wouldn't be here. So don't blame yourself. Though I would still appreciate if you came. Absolutely. I appreciate the honesty from Mel though at this point. he's saying what he means actually. Sure enough. I'll do my best to not let anything slip. You try to do the same, alright? Of course. Well, let's get going then. Could the nun have told him what I said to her? Whatever this is about, we don't want to keep him waiting. Be on your guard. I will. Here he is. I see that. I've been waiting. I'd saved you a couple seats, so go on. Sit down. Also, just look at how awkward this CG is. This is unbearable. What's the matter, Mel? You've hardly touched your food. Lost your appetite? I've never been a big eater. No, then why don't you give the rest to your friend here? It's a bit bland, but it's passable. Wouldn't you say? This pressure is nothing if not overwhelming. How does he expect anyone to eat with air so tense? No. You just started talking about viands and Mel keeps calling things kino. And peak. Considering he's the reason Mel's involved, it's all. I can understand not wanting to make eye contact. Or even be in the same room. Are you not going to eat either? Don't worry, there's no poison in it. The thought never even crossed my mind. Why would you think I would be concerned about my meal being poisoned? It was only a joke. I don't see the Lord anywhere. He's gone back to his manor. Oh, Yukimasa would love maggot bites. No. Yukimasa's favorite VN would be Sai no Yuta though. Because there's that same interplay he feels connected to as well, while also having all the fucked up stuff. I thought you were his bodyguard. He's a lord, he has more than one guard. I'd argue that the ways in maggot bites is fucked up wouldn't. No, because there's also a lot of torture and fucked up stuff. Because I was about to say, it is like, the sexual desires are probably pretty much solely focused on the actual act of killing people. But, like, it's not just weird, creepy sex stuff and maggot bites. It's also. I should stop talking about this. I really should. Back to being uncomfortable in the VN and not in real life. He would. He definitely would. Huge guru enthusiast ukulele. Is there any reason I shouldn't have? There are plenty. Such as... Like... Imagine anyone feel a bit overwhelmed dining with the Lord's personal bodyguard. I imagine anyone would feel a bit overwhelmed dining with the Lord's personal bodyguard. Like that. In fact, I'm surprised you two knew each other at all. Let alone were good enough terms to share supper together. You haven't told this man anything, have you, Mal? Nothing. All I told him was that you were the Lord's bodyguard. I see. You want to know what kind of terms we're on? What? We're accomplices. Such a shame this was how your reunion had to turn out. You finally get to see him again, only to learn he's a criminal. Wait, what are you? What crimes might be you referring to? Take a guess. What sort of atrocity do you think we're committing? What is he doing? Why would he tell you that? He wants to gauge my reaction, I see. I had to choose my words carefully, I can't say too much. But I won't get anywhere saying nothing either. How should I handle this? I have no idea. All I'm asking you to do is guess. Just say the first thing that comes to mind. You're putting me on the spot, telling me my friend is a criminal, and asking me to guess his crimes. Did you honestly think you would get any sort of answer out of me? You make a fair point. Then allow me to change the question. If you found out a friend of yours was a criminal, would you still be able to be their friend? That question makes you uncomfortable too. Consider it a sort of sideshow to liven up our meal. Don't take it too seriously. It would depend on if they feel guilty about what they've done, and if they have any. It would depend on if they feel guilty about what they've done, and if they have any intention of making penance for the crimes. And Mel, well, he's someone who would be ashamed of any wrongdoing he might or might not have participated in. I see. What about you? If you had done something you knew to be wrong, would you be ashamed? Would you make penance? Maybe. Maybe not. You have one hell of a friend here, Mel. Michelle, that was your name, wasn't it? Do you have any other friends? I don't have many, no. Any in this land? No, why do you ask? I don't have any friends here either. Or maybe I've never had any at all. Maybe he wants to be your friend, Michelle. Michelle? Somehow I doubt that. Yeah, I guess not. Any family? I left home some time ago. Are they too far to visit regularly? Why do you want to know? I'm in a similar situation myself. I thought it might be nice to find some common ground. I find it difficult to take him at his word. So you made the long journey all the way out here so you could see him. That I did. This is just a small detour in his travels. That's what you told me, isn't it? That's right. How very gracious of you to go so far out your way for him. Oh, and Mel, I have a question for you as well. What kind of question? Think of it as a little game. You're standing on the edge of a cliff. On your left is your sister, and on your right him. They're both about to fall. You can only save one of them. Whose hand do you grab? Surely this isn't the first time you've heard of the scenario proposed. It's not real, just a hypothetical. Don't take it so seriously. Come on, it's just a game. You know that, right? Uh, you don't need to answer. As he said, I'm only here to see him. When I heard there was going to be a festival, I requested permission to remain until then. If that displeases you for any reason, I apologize. But hypothetical or not, a question like that makes it uncomfortable for everyone involved. Or are you trying to make him feel cornered? Not at all, it was merely a question. I never meant to make him uncomfortable. My apologies. Now I suppose I should take my leave, as it seems my presence makes it hard to enjoy the food. Relax, I'm not staying here tonight. I won't be getting in the way of your reunion anymore. You said you would be here until the Harvest Festival. They're supposed to be putting on quite the impressive event. Look forward to it. May I ask you one thing before you go? What do you think of the nun? Are you very close to her? I'm not close to anyone. So, yeah, thank you. I was hoping to handle better than that. But I just can't keep it around it. Keep it together around it. I'm really sorry. I can hardly blame you. Thanks. There's something really unsettling about him. I can't say I disagree. It's just a hypothetical, ukulele says, unsheathing his katana. Don't take it so seriously, bro. It's a social experiment. The cliff one. Yeah. I think it's best if you don't linger on it. Any way you look at it, he had to be... Never mind. Anyway, keep your eye out. You probably want to be extra careful tonight. After all, I'm scared he might be up to something. There's no saying where he actually went. I'm with Mel. I have a bad feeling about what he might do. After a conversation like that, you'd be crazy not to be on alert. That would be wise, yes. I plan to head straight back to my room. That sounds like a good plan. Do you really think we'll be able to get his key? I still can't bring myself to believe there's anything between him and the Saintess. And the Lord's pretty much always inaccessible. Does the Lord say anything when you're all together? Such as? Anything at all. Something to give me an idea what kind of person he is. Sorry, I've got nothing. I usually keep my mouth shut when I'm with them, and they hardly talk to each other either. I see. Sorry. I'm pretty sure you've already heard this, but the Lord's an incredibly suspicious man. I'm not sure he's capable of trusting anyone at all. So it's not really a situation where I can go up and ask him about his personal life. After several failed assassination attempts, among other things, he's just grown to be suspicious of everyone around him. If someone's walking up to him and he even thinks they might try something, that's all it takes for him to have them beheaded. As a person, his reputation's awful, but he has done a ton to improve the city's economy. So the merchant and artisans think he's alright. He's a job creator. You know? Huh? Helping everyone pull themselves up by their bootstraps. What's the Lord's name? Huh, oh, you don't know that either. His name is Jean-Francois Barnier. What? That name doesn't fit him at all. We need to develop... Not one bit. He does not look like a Jean-Francois. Could that mean he's not the Lord then? No, the Lord is the only other person who did enough to earn Morgana's wrath and be on the receiving end of her reconstruction wish. It has to be him. Between this and the nun being named Marie, things are starting to get a bit muddled. Hold on a second, I think I've heard the name Barney somewhere. There was a diary in the library when I lived in the mansion, as you recall. Written by someone named Barnier. Actually, now that I think about it, the same diary also showed up in Mel's next life. And he was complaining about not having gotten the larger of the family estates. And a bad harvest, I think. That was one of the books your family sent you, right? Actually, that was one of the books they didn't. It was already in the library when I arrived. Do you think he could have written it? And here I thought it was just the scribblings of a disgruntled noble. If the book really is that old, I'm amazed it was in such good condition for so long. We can't be more than 100 years beyond our own time, so it's not inconceivable if we're still in good shape then. But Mel came back many hundreds of years after that. It's almost like it was frozen in time. You know, I think time may have actually been stopped during the times the mansion wasn't present in the living world. I kept it clean, yes, but one person going around dusting wouldn't be enough to keep it from falling into disrepair over hundreds of years. Just what on earth is that mansion? Is it also a part of Morgana's miracle? What's the matter? You've been just standing there staring off into space. Oh, sorry, I got lost in thought. You seem to do that a lot, just go off into your own world. I swear you've got to be more absent-minded than me. That's not important though, I guess. Anyway, so I've been trying to think of ways I can help, but sorry, I haven't been able to come up with anything. It's fine, I'm simply glad to have you on my side. Sure. Well, I should get back to my room. If you have any good ideas, let me know. I will. My Tulpa GF is currently talking to me. I should head back too. I know we don't have much time, Michelle, and that concerns you, but try not to agonize over too much. Sorry. After all, how well yesterday went, it just feels like we've come to a screeching halt. I don't say I'm having trouble processing everything. How about for now, we just focus on the immediate issue? I suppose. To start with, we're going to want to talk to the nun again tomorrow. We might have an easier time if we brought Mel or Nellie along. She'll probably be more inclined to believe us about the observation tower if it came from them. That might work. That presents another potential problem. What if she doesn't believe them? It could put the two of them at risk. There's also the chance she's not involved with the swordsman at all, as she claims. In which case, convincing her doesn't get us any closer to getting the truth out of her. Maybe better to approach it from the Lords. Did you hear that? It came from the window over there. Over by the window. Maybe it's a cat. I'll go check. I don't know how to eek. I've never eeked in my life. Ah, damn it! Someone in here. It's a ghost. It's a ghost out there. Get away from the window. Oh, hurry! You don't be. Oh, you don't want to possess you. Calm down. You startle me far more than anything. How am I supposed to calm down? We have to go find Mel and get another room. We can't stay in this one any longer. No way. I don't think it was a ghost. In fact, I'm going after them. What? No, you can't be serious. Michelle. I'm pretty sure it went this way. Let's go back to the mansion. You're chasing a ghost. You're out of your mind. You know, now that I think about it, she's essentially a ghost herself, afraid of another ghost. I think I saw movement in the bush over there. Is this the one? Ah, you found me. Damn. Oh, is that who I think it is? Be a good boy and pretend you know something. Got it? I'm off. Hold on. Stop, please. I want to talk to you. For the record, I wasn't breaking in for nefarious reason. So you don't need to take me into the guards. I'm not going to report you. All I want to do is talk. I've got nothing to say to you. Well, I do, so please stop. What's your deal anyway, you some kind of creep? No. How the hell's a man chasing a woman down a dark road not a creep? As if you look any less suspicious. Screw off and stop chasing me, goddammit. Then stop running. Is someone there? Perfect. Help, please, I'm being chased by a strange man. What are you? He's going to do terrible things to me. Is this as bad as it looks? It's worse. What is going on here? Wait a minute, don't do anything rash. I can explain, I'm completely innocent. Maria? Well then. Things suddenly are looking better for us. So it would seem. It is kind of funny how much moments of levity there are in this right now. What are you doing here, Maria? Wait, is that you, Polly? What, they know each other? And she's calling her... So I was right, that is your name. That is my earthly name. It's not who I am now. I'm Marie. I no longer go by that name. Marie, that's your name. Ha ha. That's a fucking laugh. You joking? I am not. And that outfit, you become a nun or something? That part of the gag? That's why you call yourself Marie, huh? Name suits you a hell of a lot better than me. The Virgin Mary's namesake grows up to be a whore, while sweet little Pauline grows up to be a genuine Virgin Mary. What'd you say? Want to take my earthly name and I'll take yours? You don't have to be so crude. This seems like it goes south very quickly. That reminds me, I heard a word, there was a saintess or whatever at the church here. That you? A saintess, huh? That's just what people call me. I don't actually consider myself a saint. Pure as ever, I see. If it were me, I'd let them put me up on a pedestal and bask in their worship for a while. Then swipe all the ties and get the hell out. You're unbelievable, Marie. Oh, I'm just kidding. Don't take what I say so seriously. What did you come here for, Maria? That's what whores do. We come and go. We're anywhere and everywhere, and then we're gone. You do realize this is a church, right? I know, sacred ground, no place for a dirty old prostitute like me. I'm going to hell, yada yada yada. I didn't say that. I'd prefer if you refrained from working on church property. I was on my way out, in fact. But then that white-haired dude came after me. I'm so used to saying white-haired girl due to this for you. I do believe you tried to break into my room first. What? You keep your mouth shut. You tried to break in? What for? Oh, what's it matter what for? I'm a whore. Maybe someone hired me. Or maybe I came to pillage the tithe box. Was it the Lord? Is that who you came to see? Huh? Why would you seem the Lord of all people? There are plenty of other men in need of my services. Thought there might be something between you two. There's nothing between us. Everyone's denying their connection to each other. So, since you're here, Maria, do you want to stop by my place for a bit? So you can grill me about what I'm here for. No, I'll admit I'm curious, but if you don't want to talk about it, I won't try and force you. We just haven't seen each other in so long. I'm sure you got plenty to catch up on. Come on, surely you can stay for tea at least. They don't call you the saintess for nothing, huh? You invite a whore into your house for friendly chit-chat. I wish you'd stop calling me that. You're an old friend who I haven't seen in years. It's only natural to want to catch up, is it not? They're old friends. Not sure that applies to us, you know. But sure, why not? Though, to tell you the truth, I have no idea what the hell we're even talking about, so I'll agree to come on one condition. Wait, here comes what? Who, me? You can't let this opportunity go. Now that we know the nun is Pauline, we might be able to get more out of her. That's fair, but still. I'm not sure how comfortable I am bringing a man into the house with only girls. I'm not sure how comfortable I am going. What's the big deal? You afraid he might turn feral? No, he ain't that kind of guy. You got nothing to worry about. You seem to trust me quite a bit for someone you just met. Not so much trust, more like the air you give off. Air? You don't look like you got the balls to do it. What did you just say? Damn it, that stings worse than she has any way of knowing. Don't let it get to you. There's nothing you could do about that. Oh, well, what are you waiting for? Go on, get your butts moving. Okay. I'm not sure I like where this is going. Giselle's right though, this could be a good chance to get some new for me. Ah! I just remembered. Something vital? She called me a creep. In the third door, she kept calling me a creep. It just occurred to me now that she was talking about me like that behind my back. I cannot believe she would do that. Just let it slide for now. It's something she does in the future, after all. I'm not a creep, am I? Well, considering what you were like at the time, I can't really blame her for thinking that. I wish I could erase that phase of my life entirely. Even I get the shivers thinking it made me. I honestly don't think it was that bad myself. I'll take that as a compliment. Please do. The maid outfit, though, was quite alright. Now we're getting into Michelle's tastes. Michelle, the maid enjoyer. Michelle, Yuki, Masa, and Mel in a maid cafe talking about Viennes. Is this the future Michelle wants? Oh, hello, dearest Michelle. What brings you here so late? Did you come to see me? Who's the pipsqueak? She lives here. I took her in. Oh, it's a strange lady, and she's wearing almost nothing. Are you not cold in that? Girl, you don't make it in this business worrying about the cold. What kind of work do you do? Your clothes are really pretty colors, like something a princess would wear. Ah, in a way, I'm kind of like a princess. A wicked little princess who goes around seducing. Maria, she does not need to hear that. Oh, what's the fuss? I'm just giving her a glimpse in the real world. And you think now is the time for that? This isn't awkward or anything. So what's this, dearest Michelle about? You two a thing or something? Seems a bit young for you. No, that's just what she calls me. That's what I call my brothers. He's my number 2 brother, but we're not related. My real brother's back at the church. He's got the same color hair as me, and we look a little alike. Oh really? Must be a pretty good looking fellow if he's related to you. Of course he is. I wouldn't let him be my brother if he didn't look good. That's quite the assertion, Nellie. It's so lively in here. I'm stranded in uncharted territory. Our need is surrounded by a bunch of women. Oh, I bet you're stiff as a board out there. Relax, deep breaths. Nellie, if he wasn't, I'd disown him. Alright, well, sit down and make yourselves comfortable, everyone. I'll go make some tea and something to snack on while I'm still here. It's a girl night in. This'll be fun. Why is Michelle here, though? You have no idea how much I wish I knew you. Oh, that's not important, but you know what is? 3 girls, 1 guy. That's gotta be rough. Actually, make that 4 girls. Why would that be rough? Tell me, you got 3 girls in 1 room. What do you think they'll be going to talk about? Love. Romance. And here he sits all alone in a pink cloud of girls talk. That sounds uncomfortable. And we get to watch him twist and squirm. Oh, that sounds like fun. What do they think I am, their plaything? I didn't just sense you smiling too, did I? Oh no, not at all. The side eye. Oh, precious. I'm just thinking I feel kind of bad for you. Why don't I believe you? We don't have time for this. Morgana's still locked up in that tower even as we speak. I get what you're coming from, but I don't think this will turn out to be a waste of time. All three of them have ties to the man with the keys. We could very well learn something from their conversation that could lead to a breakthrough. So I say we participate, see where it goes. What's this? Already friends you two? Yep, I like this new lady a lot. She's a sweet little girl, what's not to love? You know, that kinda makes me jealous. It took you so long to warm up to me, Nelly. What? No it didn't, I don't think. I don't know, it felt like you were keeping your distance. Well, you know, it's not easy to work up the courage to talk to a real-life saint. Oh, Nelly, you know it's not that big a deal. I'm not even a real saint. So, what's the conversation? Love. Romance. How about your taste in guys? Oh, do you have anyone? A crush? A special someone? You do, don't you? I'm a servant of God the Father. Oh, come on, we won't tell, promise. I do really enjoy this artist's art. Forbidden love, so romantic, so exciting. I like princely boys. My brother is the closest thing to my ideal. Oh, I mean my real brother. You don't say. And you, Maria? What kind of guys do you like? Me, I like a nice subservient man. Someone who knows I'm in charge. Subtlety isn't your strong suit, huh? Why not someone you can always count on? Or encouraging, supportive, sweet, and kind? Someone like that would be... Guys like that only like you little tween girl spires. Things get a little more complicated as you get older. Life stops being quite so simple. You start wanting to find someone who'll make the daily load of shit even a little bit easier to swallow. Really? I'm not sure I want to grow up anymore. Though I guess that's part of the result of who I am. So who knows, maybe you'll have it better. I hope so. Okay, now it's your turn, Sister Marie. Me, I suppose I could tell you who my favorite angels are. No, it has to be someone real. You have to have someone. I already told you. There's someone else who hasn't gone yet. I can go after that, can't I? Who else is there? You know, that's not a half-bad idea. Oh, agreed, I want to know. No dodgy answers, yeah? What? What kind of girls do you like, Michelle? Oh, you're not supposed to bring me into the conversation. Lighten up, loosen up, let us have it. But it's a very complicated personal matter. Then how about we make things simple? Turn it into a choice. A choice? The three of us, who takes the most of your boxes on your complicated taste? Don't think too hard about it, just pick one. Me? The teensy tiny one? Or the nun? Who'll it be? What on earth have I gotten myself into? The way they're staring at me, I'm not getting out of it this way. Okay, I'm just asking, do you folks want to see all of these? Because we can see it, and maybe there's some funny results that happen. Or do you want me to just skip to the proper Michelle answer? Okay, let's go. Maria. Me, so you're into me, huh? Want to spend the night together then? I'll even give you a discount. I was simply answering your question, not propositioning you. Why would he need a discount to spend a night with you? We'd be doing more than just talking, girl. Oh, it'd be grown-up fun if you know what I mean. Maria! I already asked you not to talk about that around Nelly. Oh, quit being so overprotective. She's not a toddler. She knows what I'm talking about. But, grown up? You know, what a man and a woman do in bed. But that's vulgar. You're both vulgar. You're vulgar for mentioning it, Maria. You're vulgar for paying for it, Michelle. I am not paying for anything. That's something you can only do with someone you really, really love after lots and lots of time getting to know each other and a whole bunch of other stuff. It's not something you pay money for. You're not even allowed to kiss if you're not in love. That's about right for most people. That means you too, Maria. You have to stop this instant. Oh no, Nelly is anti-sex positive. God damn it! Okay. Steam. Settings. Enable overlay? How do I get the notifications to stop? I'll figure that out some other time. If I stop, I won't be able to make a living, and you'll find me starved to death in an alley somewhere. What? That's my life. I don't have to tell you what kind of work I do now, do I? Out there in the real world, there's more women than you can imagine have to live like that. Swallowing their pride, selling their bodies, sucking up to people. Don't look so disillusioned. I'm sorry, I wasn't trying to make you feel bad. And just so we're clear, I'm not discontented with how I ended up. If anything, I mostly just hope you don't think worse of me for it. I don't... Not when we were just getting to be friends. Oh, wait. Nelly uncancelled? I'm just surprised, that's all. As you should be. And I hope you keep right on the string now. Yeah, the third door, she was driven by a desire for vengeance. But I guess she's not really a bad person, huh? I am only answering the question because they were pressing me to. I'm not actually interested in her, I promise. Took you long enough to remember me. I'm so sorry. It's okay, I know. Though I think it would be better if you'd said you already had someone instead. Assume there were only 3 choices. You need to learn to think out of the box. That's can I ask you something? Yes? Why did you pick Maria? Because she's bright and energetic. Like you. That was a good answer, so I'll let you off the hook. Thank goodness. That was an excellent save for Michelle. Now it's time to cancel Michelle. Seriously. Are you serious, Michelle? Someone say something. Do you know how old I am, Michelle? I'm 14 or so? And how old are you? 27? Pedophile. That's a bit of an age gap, I think. If you're going to be like that about it, then don't make her an option. I never thought you'd actually pick her, you know? Everyone has their preferences and there's nothing you can do about them. But some things you should keep to yourself. I had no idea, Michelle. Slow down, don't all dogpile me at once. That isn't why I chose her. You're welcome to defend yourself, but choose your words carefully or we'll tie you up and throw you out in the cold. Nelly, she thinks me a brother and she's the only one I've got the most time to get to know. So I chose her because out of 3, I'm the closest with her. So you don't have any inappropriate feelings for me? Not in the slightest. No, you can say you don't, but that doesn't prove you're not secretly into that. I am telling you I am not. Alright, then prove it. Prove it? Yeah, prove you're not a dirty pedo. I already have someone I love. And I'm not interested in children. Oh, well then tell us about her. Prove you're not just making up to get out of the hole you dug for yourself. What do you like about her? When did you fall for her? All the juicy details. I want to know too, tell us. If my number one brother ever gets a girlfriend, I'll slap her silly. But for you, my number two brother, I'll gladly congratulate you. Let's start with her looks. Tell us what you like about her body. Well, I'll be damned. It sounds like you really had her over heels for this chick. That's kind of anticlimactic. I had no idea you felt that way about me. I want to bury myself alive. I'm amazed you even noticed some of those things. Could you please drop it? Oh, but why? You just made my day. You have no idea how humiliating it is being forced to say all that while I know you're listening. It's almost worse than being tortured. You two are away from each other right now, though, aren't you? How sad. Yeah, it is. Well, she may be here with me. I can't actually see her there. It's hard being away from someone you love. I'll be praying you get to see her again soon. Thank you. Now that Michelle's answered, it's your turn. Would you rather? Yeah. Me? A lot of guys are into that, yeah. I'm sorry. As a servant of God the Father, I cannot reciprocate your feelings. Shot down on the spot. Poor Michelle. Save your pity. You asked me to choose, so I chose. I didn't mean anything more than that. No, I'm not convinced you didn't fall for it the moment you laid eyes on her. Poor Michelle. Listen to me. What about me do you like, out of curiosity? What about you? It'll only make things worse if I say she seemed like the safest option. No real reason. It's not that hard to see what he likes. You're nice to everyone, you really get angry, you're hot as hell. And you got huge knockers. Maria, please. How crude, dearest Michelle. Could you stop heckling me already? Michelle, there's something I need to ask you. What is it, Giselle? Did you fall for me because I have large breasts? What? No, absolutely not. If I didn't, would you still love me? Of course I would. Alright, in that case, I'll pray for God to make me completely flat. What? See, I knew it. You wouldn't love me anymore. Of course I would. I don't know why you would ask him to take back something he blessed you with. You men are all the same. How does liking big breasts make me a bad person? The hell are you doing over there, Michelle? Owning your charades game? Don't worry about it. Does that mean the other boys won't be interested in me and mine aren't big too? I can massage them for you like so they'll get big. I actually find this part actually pretty awkward. Because it's just a bunch of anime tropes strung together. Everyone else answered. Like I said, I don't have anyone. Michelle, are you... What? No, I didn't mean it like that. I only said it because I thought it would be disrespectful to you to choose any of them. Hence, I'm not interested. I kinda get what you're trying to say, yes. But your choice of words is really asking to be misinterpreted. Oh, you saying that way. I'm sorry for putting you in such an uncomfortable position. You know, for a nun, she's very welcoming. No, you're not going after my Mel, are you, Michelle? What did I tell you? That's why you want to get close to him, isn't it? No, that's impure. The two of you together in each other's arms. Roses sprouting up all around you. Slow down, Ellie. Although, that might be better than him putting his hands all over some strange girl. Okay, from a homophobia to becoming a Fujoshi, that's process? Like, progress? Stop, please. It would mean I could keep both my brothers around for twice the pampering. That actually sounds really nice. Please, for the love of God, stop fantasizing about it. Oh, I know for first we'll need to buy a new house. One where you can have a room to yourselves so I can stay out of your way. Stop it. You're going to make me sick. Huh? You mean you don't like Mel then? Absolutely not. What about, the Lord's bodyguard? Never. The Lord himself? No more, please. I do not like any of them. I already have a partner, so I'm not interested in anyone else. And this partner's a man? Oh, she's a woman. You know, I might not have had the best reaction at first, but to be honest, I'm pretty okay with it. It can be hard to keep it all bottled up when you're around others. So just know that you got me. You've got me. You can be yourself around. Are you even listening to me? Love can take many forms. You too. I'll be happy to help if you change your mind about Mel. I can't take this anymore. I do feel bad for you, but you did kind of play this on yourself. Now that Michelle's answered, it's your turn. What? Really? That's no fun. Oh, you can still tell us what lights your fires at least, if you already got someone. Loving someone is a beautiful thing. I pray for God to grant you both his blessing. Oh, what's she like though? I want to know. I want to tell us about her. What's she like? She's always smiling. She's a very cheerful, energetic person. The opposite of me in many ways. So she's staying at the mansion with you? No, I'm here alone. Does she not feel the same way about you? Unrequited love, is it? You poor thing. It won't be cheap, but I'll keep you company for the night if you want. She loves me too. Then why isn't she here? If you're a couple, you're supposed to stay together. Did you leave her behind when you left? Circumstances prevent us from seeing each other right now. I can always feel her there by my side, but I can't see her. What circumstances? No, Nellie, don't be prying. It's a personal matter, one I'm sure isn't easy for him. Will you ever be able to see her again? I have faith that I will. Because when I see her next in the flesh, I need to take her by the hands, look her in the eyes, and tell her something very important. Michelle, is she somewhere really far away? Or something else getting in your way? Women are fickle creatures, though. You may think she'll always love you, but spend enough time apart and who knows how those feelings might change. We're not as bullheaded as you guys could be. While you're here away from her, she could find someone else she likes. Or maybe she already has. I would never. Her feelings will never change. She has spent more time waiting for me than you can possibly imagine. Though there were times she lost sight of what she was waiting for. Deep down in her heart, she never forgot about me. I know that for a fact. I don't buy that sickly sweet. Her love is eternal crap one damn bit. It's short-sighted, ignorant. People change, their feelings change. It's the ones you think you care about most who will inevitably stab you in the back one day. That's what people do. You just never had the pleasure. But one day you will. You'll taste the bitterness of betrayal. Is there anyone in your life you care about more than yourself? Not a one. You wouldn't understand what we have together then. But someday if you ever find someone who means that much to you, I think you'll come to understand that it is possible to love someone, even if they do sometimes cause you pain. You're telling me this to a whore that already has me out of the running. I don't think that's true. Anyone can find someone no matter who they are. It doesn't matter how old you are or what kind of work you do, or if you're a noble or a peasant. Oh, come on, you're making it sound like I'm the bad guy. In this case, she might actually be more mature than you, Maria. Oh, shove it. Now that Michelle's answered, it's your turn. What, do I really have to? You do, everyone else has answered. And like I said, I don't have anyone. Oh, don't forget about the TMA that's going to go called. Anyway, I'm more interested in catching up with you, Maria, than Tomba Boys. What happened after you left? Alright, sure. Well, let's talk about that. An orphanage? I'm just realizing I'm just feeling a bit off, so I think I'm going to be calling it for tonight now. Thanks so much for joining me in this. Is there anything you guys want to talk about before we call it a stream? Yeah. Yeah, like, you can really tell that the author's attempts at humor are really aping, like, an anime they've liked and seen. Anyway, I think I'll be sending you off to Nika, who is currently streaming some great Ace Attorney and fully voice acting with a bunch of friends, so that should be a really fun time. Anyway, see y'all and have a good night. Bye!